Hi, this is Jenny Spencer, and today I am going to perform catheter care and maintenance for intravenous catheter. This is my stuffed animal that has been approved by my instructor, and I have watched the instructional video. So I've disconnected my patient from its line. I'm going to remove the bandage from the leg so I can see the catheter easier and the leg easier. So what I'm looking for is any swelling, any blood that may have come out of the catheter, if its paw is being swollen as well, if it looks like the catheter's too tight. I'm also going to flush the catheter just to make sure that it's still flowing correctly, which it is flowing very well. If I were to see any pushing into there, if there was any pullback, or in this area right here, if there was, as I did that, kind of a bubble start to appear, and then I'm also going to look there if a bubble was starting to appear even with the fluids running. That just is a kind of an indication that the line is not in. I'm going to make sure that the tape is not too tight and everything looks good on the catheter. Before I replace the line, I'm going to clean the cap. And I am also going to put a new bandage on my patient. And then also, as I'm doing this, I'm making sure that as I'm touching it, my patient doesn't seem painful. There's no vocalization as I'm touching it. Make sure that they haven't been trying to chew on it or anything like that. Mainly want to make sure there's no bruising or something that could be painful to the patient. And in that, if it were that way, I'd probably try to place another catheter because this leg is not feeling good to the patient. And usually at this time, I'm also going to take vitals as well, depending on what my doctor wants. And then I have my old needle still on here, but I'm going to replace it with a sterile needle. I want to do that every time I check the catheter. Okay, I'm going to insert the needle, making everything sterile. Make sure the lines, everything is still able to flow. Make sure there are no bubbles in my line, which there are, so I would get those out. I'm also going to check the pump to make sure. I just have a I'll change that around a second. I just have a pump, so I'm going to make sure that how many fluids have been given to him, and also make sure that rates to be induced is correct, and that the rate that the doctor wants him as is correct. I have my bag, and I have it with labeled with his name, what day we started it, which bag number it is, and what type it is. And then also I'd have my cage card why he is here. But the catheter looks good. So every 4 to 6 hours I will come in here and check his catheter line and do the same thing that I did right now. I would also check and make sure every hour I would just glance in here, make sure that his fluids are running, the pump isn't saying anything is wrong with the line or anything needs to be changed, but always want to make sure the fluids are running even if I'm not changing or checking the catheter. I'll get him back in, but I'll show you I can't turn my camera around, but I have my pump here, and then I have his bag up there, and then I would just turn this on. Make sure it's on the right rate. See rates to be induced and how many fluids he has gotten so far. And then I would put in his record what time I checked him, put how many fluids he's gotten. He has no meds in his fluid line. And also check and say that his catheter was okay at the time, and then I would again come in here for every 46 hours, and that is me checking the catheter.